two productivity giants. One focused on notes, the other on teamwork. Evernote versus Asana. Which one really delivers? On the left, Evernote, your digital notebook for organizing ideas and information. On the right, Asana, taking project collaboration and management to the next level. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. So here's the mind map of everything we're looking at today. Pricing, note-taking, task and project management, collaboration, cross-platform and UX, and search and organization. Grab your mental sticky notes. We're about to unpack all the good and not so good bits. First up, pricing. Evernote gives you a free version, which is cool for basic notes and some simple task lists. You even get Teams integration, like Microsoft Teams support, if that's your thing. But get this, the free plan only lets you sync 2 devices, and you're capped at just 60 megabytes uploads each month. That is not a lot if you like to go wild with images or files. And most of those juicy features, yeah, they're locked behind paid plans. Now, Asana, oh, and here's something cool. Their free plan is surprisingly generous. It actually covers most small business needs, and upgrades are pretty affordable if you want the fancy stuff. The catch? For bigger teams with more serious needs, the cost definitely goes up. And yeah, some advanced features live behind those paid barriers. Overall, Asana takes this one for sure. Let's talk note-taking. Evernote completely crushes here. You can throw in text, images, whole files, even web clippings. Searching, wildly powerful. You can tag and organize like a beast, but yeah, there's a catch. Some search options and higher upload limits mean you gotta pay up, and the free plan still caps your uploads. Now, Asana does let you add notes or comments to tasks and projects, which is fine, but it's not really designed for just taking notes. You know, like collecting research or jotting ideas. It's very basic. Evernote clearly grabs the trophy in this category. Let's jump into task and project management. With Evernote, you do get task lists, due dates, reminders, and even some calendar widget action, which is actually pretty handy. But honestly, if you want anything close to actual project management, like workflows, dependencies, the options feel kind of limited. And some users complain about sync or speed issues, which, as someone who hates lag, is a big deal. Now, Asana is built for this whole scene. Kanban boards? Check. List views? Check. Assigning tasks to people, priorities, dependencies. You almost get to play manager for your team. You can set up custom workflows too, which is huge. Tiny catch, managing dependencies is a premium thing, but overall, this is what Asana was made for. Yeah, Asana dominates here. Wait, quick pause. Fun fact, both Evernote and Asana started in 2008. Yep, Evernote launched, and meanwhile, Asana was founded by none other than a Facebook co-founder, Dustin Moskovitz. Who knew 2 productivity legends came out of the same year? Next, collaboration. Evernote does let you share notes, and you can edit with friends or coworkers live, which I kinda love for keeping all info in one spot. But honestly, the mobile interface could use a little love for team features. Asana, though, is fully in its element here. You can assign tasks, track who's doing what, and with Slack integration and timeline views, it's like project management heaven. Only nitpick? Workspaces are a bit isolated, so if you're mixing work and personal, it's not always seamless. Still, Asana is the go-to for collaborating with teams. Let's zoom in on cross-platform and UX. So Evernote is pretty strong here, available on web, desktop, mobile, plus offline access if you go premium. Downside, free plan is again limited to just 2 devices, and people do report some quirks on mobile. Asana is also everywhere, web, iOS, Android, and their onboarding process is super intuitive. Keyboard shortcuts? Love them. But there's no mobile calendar, and the workflow UX is kinda opinionated, so you gotta get used to it. Overall, both do well, so I call this a tie. Finally, let's talk search and organization. Evernote's search is, let's just say it's next level if you love tagging and organizing things. Hierarchical notebooks, tons of tags, you can find anything in seconds. Of course, some of these neat tricks are locked away in paid tiers. Asana does let you filter by tags or projects, but honestly, if you want deep archival or actually nesting notes, you're out of luck. Evernote wins big for anyone who needs serious organizational power. All right, look at this radar chart. Evernote spikes way up for note-taking and organization, but falls short on collaboration and project management compared to Asana. Asana, on the other hand, absolutely shines for teams, tasks, and managing complex work, but its note capabilities are, let's just say, pretty basic. So here's my take. If you want a personal sidekick for notes, research, and all that creative brain-dumping stuff, Evernote is your jam. But if you're wrangling team projects, tasks, and timelines, definitely Asana. For workflows, Asana wins hands down. For capturing ideas and info, it's Evernote all the way. Hey, if you found this breakdown useful, don't stop here. There are tons of other tools out there, so keep digging, keep comparing, and build the productivity stack that actually works for you.